Hello. Hello. Let's wait for people to arrive. How are you guys? All good? Yeah? You've been nice. You had a yes. Yeah. Can you hear me well? Hey, Carlos. How are you? How are you, man? Nice to see you too, Carlos. How's things in Colombia? Hope you're doing well. How are you guys? Cool. Some people are arriving. That's nice. All right. Let me know how you're doing, Carlos. All right, guys. So let me tell you what's happening today. So welcome to another IELTS Exploring IELTS with Fabi special edition, okay, to get you guys ready for the workshop IELTS Booster 3.0, an event 100% online, free. That's going to happen on the 6th, 8th, and 10th of February, okay, where I'll tell you everything you need to know on how to get the score you need and do the IELTS test only once. Okay, to participate, you can click on the link if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, or if you're watching this on Instagram, just go ahead to the bio and click on the link there. All right, okay, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Fabi. I'm an English teacher. I teach English here in Brisbane, Australia. I work at English colleges, universities, and the thing I do the most is help people get the score they need on the IELTS test and do it only once, okay? Oh yeah, so Carlos answered me. All good. That's good, Carlos. Yeah. So Carlos, if you have any questions for the IELTS test, just let me know. All right, guys. Okay, so today we'll be talking a little bit about writing, okay? And today I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna give you some tips, okay, on how to beat the clock and finish the IELTS writing on time. Okay, have you ever had a problem? You can write it in the comments if you have had this problem. Okay, guys. So yesterday I was talking to some students. I was giving them some feedback, concerning their IELTS progress, and lots of them said, I said, but you didn't have enough words in your writing. And they said, I could not finish on time. And I was like, okay, so this is something that a lot of people struggle with, okay? And there are small things that you can do that can really, really help you, okay? And I'm going to be sharing some of them with you guys today, okay? I think that one of the reasons why people can't finish on time, basically, could be because you guys are so overwhelmed, right? You get really anxious, and there's so many things you have to think about, so many things you have to do during the test that you kind of get a little bit lost, okay? So I'm going to share with you a few things today that you can do that will help you, okay? And there are things that I tell people to do and they end up not doing, okay, because they think that it wastes time, but I actually think that it's really, really helpful, okay? So our main focus today is going to be on task 2 for the IELTS test, okay, which is the essay, and it's the longest one, so that's the one that people struggle with the most. But the tips I'm going to share with you today will also be for the other parts of the test. All right, cool. All right, so one of the things that people do a lot that will stop you from finishing it on time is writing too much. And you think, well, Fabi, I have to write 250 words plus. Why are you telling me I can't write too much? Well, guys, one reason is, in my opinion, okay, anyone who has more than 280 words, 290 words is a little bit too much. Why? Because you end up going a little bit off topic. Okay, so my suggestion is usually to have around 275. Okay, and if you end up writing too much, okay, you waste a lot of time. All right, so if instead of 300, you have around 275, talking about task 2, okay? If you have 275, you will have enough words to have a good essay, and you won't spend as much time writing. And the most important thing, if you don't spend as much time writing and you manage to finish on time, maybe you will even have time to check your work. Okay, so we should never be submitting a writing that we haven't read and looked at mistakes. Okay, guys? So, very important tip. Don't write too much. Okay? So that's one of the things that I would suggest first for you guys. When it comes to task 1 and task 1 academic in general, same thing. Okay, you shouldn't be writing too much. 150 words or more. Try 170, 75. Okay, guys, because it's not like you write a lot and you're gonna get a higher score. Not really. Sometimes people write more and they make more mistakes. Okay, so basically, to make sure you finish on time, try to stick to the word limit. More than 250, but no more than 300, okay? I suggest 275. I think that you can have a really good essay with 275. Okay, I've seen great essays with like 270, 280, okay? If you get 300 or more, it's too much. You usually start writing things that are a little bit off topic and you're gonna lose points. So my suggestion, 275, and then you'll be able to finish on time, okay? So that's one of my main tips for you today. Second one, a lot of people can't finish the writing on time because they spend too much time on the introduction. Hands up if you spend too much time on the introduction. Guys, a lot of people do that. All right, so, and I had this problem with some of my students this week. Okay, they had beautiful introductions, but then they couldn't finish the third paragraph. Okay, so be very, very careful with that. All right, so if you've been my student in the past, if you've seen some of my videos, when it comes to the introduction for the essay, I suggest 3 sentences. That's it. Okay, and I do feel that for the IELTS test, the most important part would be actually the body paragraph. Okay, guys, so the body paragraph is a bit more important. I think that the examiners, when they look at it, when they really want to see what you have done, if you've done a good job, they will focus on the body paragraph. Of course, they will read the introduction, but if you have a good introduction, okay introduction, but an amazing body paragraph, you get a good score. But if you have an amazing introduction and you can't finish the writing, you're gonna get a lower score. Okay, so don't spend too much time on the introduction. All right, and that's also valid for task 1 for academic, because the first sentence there for task 1 academic should be something quite simple, you know. Basically is what is there on the task, and you write it with different words, paraphrase it, right? That's what you have to do. And then it's really straightforward. You shouldn't spend so much time on it, but a lot of people do. Okay, and that's when you waste time. Okay, so here today I'm gonna tell you guys things that you do that waste time that you should stop doing, and a few things that you can do to save time. Okay, so the first thing I said to you guys, writing too many words, time waster. You're wasting your time if you're doing that. Same thing if you have a long introduction. If you spend too much time on the introduction, you're wasting time. Okay, shouldn't be doing that. All right, cool. And that's more for the essay, task 2, but it also works for task 1 academic. All right, cool. So the next thing that is a big problem. It can be very, very hard. It has been in my journey as a teacher to convince people that making a plan when you write is the way to get a high score. Lots of people don't believe me, okay? Lots of people question me. Lots of people are quite resistant when it comes to making a plan before you write. However, I think if you need a high score, this is the best thing to do. And second reason is you save time. Why is that? When you're making your plan, okay guys, when you're making your plan, that writing down your plan, you are thinking about your writing. What are you going to talk about? How you're going to say it? Okay? Then when you start writing, it's so much easier to do it if you have a good plan. Okay? So if you are not the kind of person who's been making plans, okay, you should definitely start making plans because you will see how much easier it is. All right. But again, I know that some people, they panic a little bit when they start making the plan. They panic a little bit because they feel they're not going to have enough time to write. And then they either rush the plan or stop in the middle and then go ahead and start writing and forget about the plan. Okay. If you decide to make a plan, please use your plan. Okay, guys, 100%. If you're making a plan, use your plan. And that will save a lot of time, okay? If you don't have much experience making plans, just do, you know how, I think you've seen me talking about that, okay? When we're practicing for the IELTS test, sometimes we're gonna practice under exam conditions. So we're going to do everything as if we were doing the test itself. And sometimes we'll practice in a more relaxed way. So I call it relaxed way, in which you can do your writing task in 1 hour, the essay in 1 hour instead of 40 minutes. Okay, so maybe take the time to practice in a relaxed way, not under exam conditions, so you can go ahead and you can practice these things, okay, making the plan, okay, all those kinds of things. All right, guys, so making the plan will definitely help you save time, okay, 100%. All right, cool. Then let me give you a tip now for task 1, academic. I had this discussion with some of my students yesterday, actually, and they were saying that it was taking them about 30 minutes to do task 1 because they didn't know what to choose. You know, when you're going to do the IELTS test, okay, with the academic, task 1 academic, you have a picture, okay? You have something there that you have to choose things and then you have to write about it, okay? So a lot of people, they struggle when they have to choose what they're gonna talk about, okay? So that's a big problem for a lot of people, okay? And people waste too much time on it. All right. So my advice is you need a strategy to choose what you're going to talk about, because remember, what do you have to do in task 1? You have to select the main features and then talk about it. So select the main features. So keep in mind, guys, that you have to select the main features. If you can select everything, if you want to talk about everything, if you have the time for it and the English to do it, perfect, go ahead. If you don't, main features, that's it. Okay, so go and choose, select the main features. So this is your strategy. You are going to look at it and you're going to go and say, okay, what gets my attention? I look at it and I say, oh, this is big, this is small, this is high, this is low. That's where you should be, that's what you should be focusing on. Because if you start looking at everything all the time and you choose this, choose that, and make a decision and then you change your mind, that will waste a lot of time. Okay, I have a student who recently got a 7.5 in writing. How good is that? She got a 7.5 in writing, and she said that one of the reasons that she thinks that she got a lower score, I think she got a 6.5 before. So she just went, did the test, got 6.5, and then got in touch and said, Fabi, I need your help. And I was like, okay, cool, I can help you. And then she said that it took her a long time to choose. And then I said to her, Just focus on the highest and the lowest. And then she tried that and she got a 7.5 overall. So good, so good. Oh, sorry, I think her overall was 8, but she got 7.5 in writing. Okay, and that's using this strategy. And she did say, she's like, Fabi, I was doing the test and I just thought of you in my head. What's the highest? What's the lowest? And I went high, low, high, low, high, low. Okay, I can write now. Okay, guys. And she said it was so quick. I think she managed to finish task 1 in about 15 minutes, she said. Okay, so again, guys, today I'm giving you tips of how to make things quicker and save time during the writing so you can finish in 60 minutes. Okay, so we talked a little bit about the essay. We talked a little bit about task 1, academic. Now, let me tell you a little bit about task 1, general, which is the letter, right? So, with the letter, it's quite straightforward, right? I personally feel that it's quite easy to write the letter. Some people hate it. They say they don't have enough ideas, okay? But some people have too many ideas for task 1 general. Okay, guys. So again, when you have, and that comes down to what we were talking about earlier today, writing too much. Okay, so for task 1, like some people, they get really excited about task 1, or write a letter to a friend, say you moved house and you want to invite them to come to your house, and then you get really excited and you describe your dream house. No, you shouldn't be describing your dream house, okay, guys? So don't write too much there. And I think it can be quite easy for us to end up writing too much in task 1 general because it's something quite personal. Oh, tell your friend about your new job, and then maybe you actually just got a new job and then you want to talk about your job. Not the best place. Okay, so maybe to gauge and to know if you're writing too much, I always suggest writing maybe 3 sentences. Okay, so for task 1 general, just go ahead and write 3 sentences. I think that's really, really helpful because when you have those 3 sentences, you will be able to actually know that you have enough, because sometimes people don't write enough. Okay, so maybe if you have 2 to 3 sentences, it's a great idea. Okay, and then you don't run the risk of writing a little bit too much. All right. Okay, do you guys have any questions? I'm gonna do a little recap with you soon, but if you have any questions about writing, okay, today the focus is writing, okay, especially how to finish on time. Okay, guys, so just let me know if you have any questions there. Okay, all right, okay, so just a quick recap of my tips for you to finish it in 60 minutes, okay? First of all, don't write too much. Writing too much can be a problem because if you write a lot, you're more likely to make mistakes, number 1. Number 2 is you might go off topic. And if you go off topic, you might lose points. So your task achievement score will go down. All right, okay? Then the second thing I told you was, especially for the essay, okay? Don't write long introductions, okay? If you spend too much time on your introduction, you won't have time to write the body paragraph, okay? Body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2. And to me, that's the meaty part of your essay. If you want a high score, you need a really good body paragraph, okay? So if you decide, if you spend too much time on your introduction, you are not going to have time to work on the rest. So like I said before, it doesn't matter if you have a beautiful introduction and you can finish the essay. Okay, so don't spend so much time on the introduction. 3 sentences, that's it, okay? Plan. Make a plan. Making the plan will make your writing easier, consequently faster. Okay, guys, so making the plan will definitely help you finish your writing in 60 minutes. Okay. Then, task 1, academic. Again, another time waster. Thinking too much about what you're going to choose. Okay, don't think so much about that. Okay, you should go be very quick at choosing what you're going to talk about. Basically, what's the highest, what's the lowest, go ahead and start writing, okay? Then in the general one, we get excited with the letter, okay? Especially if it's a topic that we can relate to and we have a lot to talk about. But don't write. You don't have to give a lot of details in the letter. 3 sentences per paragraph, 3 sentences per bullet point. It's more than enough. Okay, guys, that's my personal opinion. Okay, so everything I share here with you guys are things that have been working with my students. Okay, I've helped heaps of people get 7.5 in writing. Okay, and most of them did the test only once. All right, so yeah, so the tips I share with you here are very, very good tips, okay? And they really, really work, okay? But of course, to know if they really work for you, you have to give it a try, okay? So I share lots of things with you guys here, and maybe some of the tips I share are not gonna work for you. But how do you know? By trying, by practicing, okay? So that's what I want you to do, okay? So first thing I want you to do is, oops, I lost an earring. So the first thing I want you to do is revise, take the time maybe to revise a writing that you did recently, okay? Just revise a writing that you did recently, okay? And think about it. Oh, how much time did I spend on it? Okay, so grab it, have a look at it, and think about, oh, how much time did I spend? Was it a lot? Was it over the time that I was supposed to spend on it? Okay, so think about it, and then think, how many words do I have? If you have more than 275, maybe it's a little bit too long. Where could you have, maybe have a look at it, and what can you take out and still have a good essay? Okay, so that's one thing that you can do. Another thing is, if you are struggling with a plan, if you don't know how to make a plan, get an IELTS question and make a plan, okay? Again, like, let's say, more in a relaxed way, all right? Maybe just time yourself. Time yourself, go ahead, try to make a plan and check how long it takes you to make a plan. I suggest no more than 10 minutes. And then time yourself, you know, oh, it took me 10 minutes to make the plan. All right, cool, now I'm gonna write it. How long? Maybe you can write in 20 minutes and then, ta-da, you finished an essay in 30 minutes. Okay, so maybe these are the things that you can try today and just to check if these tips are gonna work for you. Okay, do you guys have any questions for me about writing, about IELTS? Any questions? If you don't have any questions, I'm gonna go. It's a holiday here in Brisbane today, huh? Yeah, so we're home. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome. Any questions? Yeah, remember, if you want to know more about the IELTS test, if you want to know more about my method and how you can do the IELTS test only once, go to the bio, click on the link there, okay? This workshop's gonna be so good. Workshop's gonna be amazing, and it's 3.0 because it's gonna be 3 lessons. So IELTS Booster 3.0. All right, so guys, if you don't have any questions for today, by the way, I'll be back tomorrow. Not sure what the topic's gonna be. I always forget the topic's going to be. But maybe we can do a little bit of speaking tomorrow. Maybe we can talk about speaking. We talked about writing today, about speaking tomorrow. Okay, yesterday we talked about what you do every day so you can get the score you need. All right, so every day we have something really, really cool to share with you. All right, so if you have any questions, pop it in the comments. Okay, and if you have any requests, also send me a message. All right, okay, so see you, bye.